over, and there's always going to be an upset for a team to make the top 8, and this could be their crucial game. So don't be surprised if the Bulldogs pull one out of the bag.
I don't know. Is this a nothing game? Titans, Dragons, bro?
Yeah, nothing game, mates. Titans have had a worse year than the Warriors.
Yeah.
The Titans are in a massive hole they can't dig themselves up. Look, there's a lot of pressure on the Titans. There are 3 teams they are looking to cut. And it does sound like the
Okay.
And Titans' name has come in there. All right, so they're on a lot of pressure at the moment. There is going to be another new Queensland franchise team coming out of there.
Okay.
So I think it's Titans, and I think it's Manly. Would you believe Manly? And the other one is Cronulla. So out of those 3 teams, one is not going to be existing, and my money would be on the Titans.
Right.
Would be on the Titans. So
Yeah.
I can't see them chopping Manly or Cronulla.
Okay.
Because they've got a lot of history, those 2 clubs. But then again, in saying that, they've done it to the Rabbitohs years gone by.
Exactly.
So nothing would not surprise you. But yeah, Titans, you ask the Titans, mate, no game there, and they'll be worried about the future of the club.
I bet you they are. No wonder there has been a huge rush of, I don't know, maybe the media or maybe people talking about the Warriors, saying that maybe they should be cut. What do you reckon, bro?
Totally. And I was voicing this a couple of weeks back on the show. They don't pull their act together after 25 years. Look, they made the grand final twice and never come home with it. They've been a minor premier years gone by. They've had some outstanding buys over their 25-year history. And you take a look at the other teams that came into the Cup at the same time as they did, they've proven themselves.
Yeah.
So, why not? If it's going to cut down the costs of everything the NRL has to incur with the flying over here and that, it'll be a sad day for rugby league. But you can see why people are saying, because the results aren't coming. You feel sorry for, dare I say it, the fans who kept the faith since '95. Some of them, Ra Walker, and it's just one of those things.
2 grand finals.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, 2 grand finals in 25 years just doesn't seem enough, does it, to warrant the Warriors staying in the NRL competition, eh?
No, it doesn't. Look, I've been there for a long time, since '95, and it will be sad to see if they decide to pull the pin on them, but I don't think so. It's going to be a hard thing to do. It's, mate, Sir Peter Leach will cause the biggest hikoi in the whole country you could ever have, just as big as a foreshore. He'll create it. Needs everyone march down to Parliament. Okay. Look, Jacinda was at the game, so there might be a kickstart to try and keep them there.
Right.
Oh, we'll see, mate. We'll see, but they need the results. You guys know that, and need to keep the fans happy, but they're not pulling it through. And when you've got corporate massive sponsors, Vodafone in particular, they'll be asking the questions too, because a lot of money sunk into the team.
Yeah, indeed.
Just dumb buys, bro. It's just stupid buys. Has been
terrible buys.
We know that. Yeah, it's a history thing. And Ra knows this too. It's always happening every bloody year.
Yes, I know.
The day Ra Walker starts praising and is a happy chappy when it comes to the Warriors, you know that the world is good. You know that the boys are pulling their socks off. But look, I've got an easy solution. Some won't like it. It'll probably never happen, but relocate the team, get them out of Auckland, move them down to Wellington. The Wellington Warriors has a better sound to it, and they can play in that cute little stadium down there. But there's something about being located in Auckland. Look at the Blues. They are terrible. I think there's something in the water up there that's affecting their top sports teams. That they're not performing, haven't been performing, and probably won't for a while. So, I don't know, a change of scenery might do them a world of good.
Yeah, indeed. It probably could. Probably would. It's, I think it's the whole Auckland thing, to be quite honest. I think it's the whole Auckland thing. The Blues have been terrible for ages. I mean, maybe the Auckland side itself has done all right, but, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? One of the exciting games to be looking out for, though, has got to be the Sharks and the Tigers. That is a must-win for both teams. There, Reno, that should be one heck of a game tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it would be. Some big names we're going to say goodbye to at the end of their game tomorrow afternoon. Paul Gallen is one of those.
Yes.
Unfortunately, didn't have the win he wanted at his last home game on his home turf. Benji Marshall, Robbie Farah, a couple of names there for the Tigers. So we will be saying goodbye at the end of tomorrow to some legends of the game, and we'll see what happens. But like you say, both teams need that win, stay alive in the top 8. I'd go with the Sharkies, mate.
Ooh, the Sharkies, eh? Okay. What about the Panthers and Knights? Now, I'm not sure if that's a must-win game for the Knights or whatever, but what do you reckon of that game there, Reno?
Yeah, Knights seem to have fallen apart. Unfortunately, they had a good mid-season as well, and both teams are kind of fighting who's going to be above the other on top of the table at the moment, which is unfortunate. The Panthers had a hell of a season, ups and downs, coach dramas, players dramas, so much going on in the franchise, even off the field as well. The Knights, a lot of money invested, a lot of big buys, and unfortunately, again, just like the Warriors have unfortunately delivered in some sense. So it doesn't really matter in any sense. Both teams will be seeing the end of the season.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, that's going to be pretty much, but it's still exciting stuff, especially for NRL fans, because, of course, we've got the playoffs, and that's when things really get down to the nitty-gritty things. And that's when, of course, the big games and the big players start coming out. And as exciting as the NRL has been throughout its regular season, this is what it all comes down to, next weekend, bro?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, this is it. Goes down to top 8. Everything's do or die. You kind of survive there as well to carry on through to the big grand final, which is October the 5th in Sydney. So that's where it all comes down to. Look, I'm also excited next week to see the girls' competition get underway. I caught up with Georgia Hale, who is now the Warriors captain for the Warriors women's team. Had a good chat with her. She's excited and looking forward to the season. They've got a new sponsor on board with Flight Centre, which is going to cover the costs. They're excited to host a home game for the first time in the second year of this competition, but also the young ones that have come on through the league scheme here in Aotearoa. So excited, and I see a few of the players that shipped around from so many teams. But yeah, girls comp, can't wait, mate. The hits will be bigger than the men.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree with you there. Right, now let's talk a bit of basketball because, of course, we've got the World Championships happening over there in China. New Zealand, they had a close game, a real close game against Brazil, who are the best in that particular group. Then they went on to beat Montenegro in a really good game. It was another really good game, that one. New Zealand beat them by about 10 points. And then, of course, they were up against Greece in their last game. They had Gaius Antetokounmpo, who is the MVP, who won league MVP in the NBA. And they've got a number of they've got Antetokounmpo's brother, Giannis, in that particular team there too. They didn't win, but they did as good as what I think they could. And I think, they've done our country proud. They'll be playing Japan tonight, I think in what's called their placings, I guess, just to try and figure out how they go in their placings. So big ups going out to Corey Webster, who scored 31 points. He just went off in that final game. So good stuff from the All Blacks there, Ra?
Yeah, and you're right about Corey. He may even get a contract with one of the top European clubs. I mean, he's playing good b-ball, and so a couple of the other young players, in the All Blacks side. And if nothing else we can take away from this World Championship is it's good. It's a good breeding ground for them, and hopefully their careers will sort of blossom when they come home, either playing in Australia or even, hopefully, touch wood, they may even get something over in the States there. But no, there wasn't too much expectation for our Kiwi side going into the event, and at least coming away with a win is better than all losses, I suppose. But no, good on them. A tough pool to compete in, yes. And they've still done the country proud.
I think they certainly did do our country proud. Now, Ra, I heard that you're going to be supporting. Is it the America's Cup New Zealand team now, bro?
Oh, yeah, Keithy. Never thought I'd be sort of hearing that from my own lips, but, it's kind of bizarre because, I've grown up around the water, surfing, kayaking, and being a boat owner, and I was never a big fan of this rich elite sport that is yachting because, not too many Kiwis own their own yachts, so I thought, what the heck, but the media kind of sold it, and then the country got on board, and before you knew it, everybody was flying the boat's sort of praises. But look, what I like about them now, as they head into the next America's Cup Challenge, is the fact they've gone for more of an indigenous-sounding name to their waka, Te Aihi, I think it is, the dolphin. So that's kind of made me sort of, it's caught my attention, and I'm now behind them just for that little small kind of fact. Good to see that, they are kind of, they have a bit of a native sort of sound to their boat, and let's hope it brings them good luck because they're going to need it.
So that's all it takes, eh? A Māori name. A Māori name, and then there we go. You've got
maybe
support.
Strong, but words are a lot more powerful, So, yeah, what's in a word? A heck of a lot. And I don't know, for me, I still have a few reservations about the sport. But, look, that's something to like about them. So, look, it's not been unpatriotic. I hope they do well. But it'll be a watch the space because even the design of the boats are a little bit different now. They've got more of a hydrofoil type construction, real float above the water type vessels. So, yeah, interesting.
Oh, indeed. Well, I hope it works out for you supporting. What's their team called again? Team New Zealand.
Te Aihi. Well, that's the name of the boat, the dolphin. So hopefully it performs like a dolphin and it acts quite sleek in the water there. So good luck to them.
This is just a very surprising. At least it is for me, Rino. This is very surprising. This is coming from a guy who was just absolutely against the yachting and the community, etc., etc. One hell of a turnaround. What do you reckon there, Rino?
He's most probably talking to us with a pair of red socks on this morning.
And singing that Sailing Away song, whatever that theme song was. But I've always been a supporter of any New Zealand sport, which is why I'm part of the show, I suppose. But it was just the nature of it, because it is, it's like supporting anything that's sort of a thing by the wealthy. Not too many Kiwis are wealthy, and so it was like out of touch sort of thing with that type. But hey, good on them, as I say.
Yeah, good on them indeed.
Mate, he'll be supporting the Black Cats before we know it.
That's a game I'll never support. Rino, I'll tell you, I just no. Stop all the way is my sport.
I mean, I'm just very, very surprised. What almost a complete turnaround.
Oh, it is. But look, hey, you're keeping with the water theme, the Olympics in 2020 in Japan, and a lot of the local surfers now, they're sort of looking forward to making selection for that team to compete. I think there was 3 or 4 sports that were past new sports, one of them surfing, and another one skateboard, and there was another funny one they'd made it into. But our local surfers, which Gisborne is renowned for, this is our chance to shine and, for cousins like Ricardo Christie and them to sort of, to really hit it out there in the water and do us proud.
Yep, absolutely. Now, I just want to... I know we were talking about basketball before. Just want to send a big shout out going out to Gisborne Boys High School, who sent away a team to the Nationals. They made the AA Premiership, so they're one of the top 10 teams in New Zealand. And today they're playing off for 3rd and 4th. So they've been they've done really, really well, in my opinion, Ra?
Oh, yeah, they have, Keith. And, basketball is quite strong amongst our young ones. I mean, we both played it back where I'm from in Tonga. It's huge over there, more so than rugby. So, and there are a few talented, players around this area. So good to see them perform in that He Got Game event. And, once again, Gisborne Boys High School, if it's not rugby, it's basketball and everything else.
Big kia ora going out to our mate Dwayne Tamatia. Of course, Tama's coaching those boys, and obviously a lot of experience Tama has, and it's been rubbing off. And, got them all the way to play, well, they got to the semi? Yeah, the semi-finals. So, great stuff from the Broaway.
Yeah, and Tama, he's a good guy as well, but he's a great coach, and he was an awesome player back in the day too. So no doubt, a great